just going with the redshirt. At the time, it'll be a redshirt freshman at quarterback. Turn the reins over to him. Let him go through the growing pains of 2020, and then who knows what can happen in 2021.
From an unnamed texter, I love Narduzzi, but I want no ties to the program with some bombshell hits. I'm also worried our fallback is the guy at Central, which is Jim McElwain.
What's the rest of that say?
And it says, I love Narduzzi, but I want no ties to the program. If some bombshell hits, I'm also worried our fallback guy is the guy at Central that helps Sharks. Get out of the water! From JJ.
There's a picture that shows someone who looks exactly like Jim McElwain who's naked on top of a shark.
The shark's also naked.
on some boat. Did we ever get confirmation that it was actually they thought it was Jimmy John's owner or something like that? I don't know. It's a funny picture. The fact that they look that much alike is fantastic.
Jim McElwain had to address it. He was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. It's not me.
Listen, I talked to Coach Mack a long time ago when he was part of John L's staff. I didn't get the sense that he was the kind of guy that would like to have sex with sharks. I'm just going to put that out there. That's not what I got.
Is that one of the things you determine when you meet someone?
Yeah.
Is this a person?
I'm trying to size him up. Now, is that the kind of guy that would want to go out with a shark? And my sense was no.
From JJ, if I'm fickle, I pass on the MSU job. Why would he want to go against Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan every year? I think he waits one more year and goes elsewhere. It's possible. It's possible.
I mean, is that what you why take an SEC job?
Well, there are different, like right now, one of the reasons why PJ Fleck, even if he didn't have a buyout, might stay in Minnesota and not go to Michigan State is because it's in the Big Ten West.
Mm-hmm.
There's the SEC East and there's the SEC West. You want to be, if you hire into the SEC, unless you're getting the job at Alabama, you want a job in the SEC East. It's arguably the toughest division of football. And, oh, by the way, Maryland's recruiting their butts off, and Indiana isn't somebody to sleep on anymore. So I really could see why you go, I want to choose a situation where I think I have a better chance to win in a big-time program.
Yeah, I look at it differently. I'd say if you're confident in your abilities as a head coach and you can't wait to get into the Big Ten and start to dive into that talent pool in recruiting where you weren't able to recruit those guys before, now you can recruit the guys you want and have a better chance at them, go for it. I mean, it's what it is.
I get where you're coming from, but I think it's legit to say that some people might pass on a Big Ten East job if they think they can get a equivalent or a job elsewhere that might be better. But I know what you're saying. I mean, sure. I say I'm not passing on that at all. Every year, Rutgers finds a coach. Right. And they're in the East, and nobody's been able to win.
Did Maryland think it was going to be easy? And by the way, they haven't done anything yet, but I mean, they're recruiting well, but will that translate? We'll see if it translates. And who knows? And who knows how tough it's going to be in the Big Ten West in a couple of years. Is Nebraska going to show up and be a real program?
Could be. I mean, it could be, but that's...
I mean, you've got Purdue winning it every year.
I've got Purdue as a sleeper every year. Let's be consistent. Let's be accurate with what it is.
Who'd you have winning it this year in the Big Ten?
You always pick Purdue,
No. I didn't pick Purdue to win it. I said, I always give it watch out for Purdue. And it's only been the last 2 years. And 2 years ago, Purdue harbored Big Ten West title hopes with 1 week to go. Maybe it was 2. Late in the season, Purdue was right there. It was theirs for the taking.
Yeah.
After going 1 and 3.
Things are cyclical, too. I mean, we see programs, blue blood programs all the time, drop down to be not blue blood programs anymore. Right? Where the hell's Florida State? USC. They're trying to rebuild and get back to their glory years, which doesn't seem that long ago, but they went through some long stretches of bad football. Penn State was, mediocre for a while, and now they've gotten really good recruiting. I don't like their coach. I think he holds them back, but whatever, they're going with him. Michigan was bad for a while, and they got good. I mean, these things change all the time.
From Twitter, Jim writes in, I think it'd be hard to land any coach until the Blackwell suit plays itself out. No one wants to come here with possible NCAA sanctions coming. From John Block on Twitter, Narduzzi, please. From Wesley Yerldson on Twitter, Ken Niamatalolo, and I'm serious. It's a name we haven't heard. Navy.
Navy, sorry.
Yeah. offense out there will not be Tressel. From Eat 'em Up Mike, is MSU that big of an upgrade from Cincy? MD left the program in a shambles. Still isn't a legit AD in place, plus having to compete in the Big Ten East every year? Question mark. From Fire Al Riveron, is college head coach an upgrade from coordinator in the NFL? If so, Bieniemy, Saleh, or Austin? If not, back up the Brinks truck to both Minnesota and PJ Flexhouse. If that doesn't work, bring back Narduzzi. Eric Bieniemy. That's an interesting name. I imagine that if Eric Bieniemy took a college job, that there'd be a ton of juice, like a recruiting bump, big time.
Yeah, I would expect it. The fans out in Colorado would love to have him come back home.
My prediction is the next Michigan State football head coach is going to be a bit underwhelming. I think Fickell's the highest profile name you'll be able to get, possibly. I think it won't be him. I think they got extremely lucky with D'Antonio and what he did with the program. A guy that you know who wanted to be there, wasn't going to go anywhere else, and had great success. I think that's what Michigan State's going to have to basically look for again. I don't think Saleh wants a college job. I don't know this. This is my opinion. I think Bieniemy also wants an NFL job, so I think those two guys cross off the list right away. Not that you don't contact them.
I agree.
You absolutely do it, but in the end, I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a bit underwhelming. That doesn't mean it's not going to be a good hire then. You got to find the next guy, and I think that's what Michigan State's got to do.
Why don't you think it'll be Fickell?
I think with what's going on in Michigan State right now, I think anyone who feels okay at their job doesn't want to jump into this right away. It might take a bit, so that's my main reason I think Fickell stays away, at least right now, right away. I don't think it happens.
248-539-9797. Ticket text 971. championchiphockey.com/frozen4 and use the code MADNESS to take advantage of the special offer. The offer is only good for a limited time only, so lock it in now. Championship Hockey, April 9th and 11th. Priority pre-sale for the first and second rounds of the NCAA basketball tournament next year in Detroit. Get in the action at ncaa.com/frozen4.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with Bailey's on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
The next chapter is about to begin. Guns N' Roses, The Return. Saturday, July 11th, Comerica Park. Guns N' Roses. Now they bring an all-new show back to North America. Pre-sale for City Card members now through Thursday at 10 p.m. before the general public on sale Friday at noon. Get tickets at tigers.com/GNR.
So, you're having a baby. Your first thought is, oh boy. Your second thought is, oh boy. Diapers, savings, the nursery, college. Life is full of surprises. Good thing there's a full-service bank to help you make the most of each. From online banking to college planning advisors, at Comerica, every account comes with the tools, knowledge, and one-on-one support you need every step of the way. That's full-service banking, only at Comerica Bank. Raising expectations since 1849. Learn more at Comerica.com. Member FDIC.
I'm not a big talker. I am a big doer. But sometimes the only way to solve the problem is to get on the horn and figure it out. So the only people I like talking to, Grainger. With knowledgeable product experts, ready with the answers to my toughest questions, calling Grainger is the one conversation I don't mind having. From machining and motor parts to valves and vacuum pumps. When it comes to solving my problems, Grainger's got my back. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, it's Flo. And you know what word I don't get? Shampoo. The first half of the word is sham, and the second part you definitely don't want to see in the shower. That's why I made up a neat word. Flotection. The feeling of security you get when your new house is protected by home insurance through me and Progressive. I mean, seriously, shampoo? What part of that makes you want to rub it all over your hair?
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Got something to say? Text 971 the ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Cadillac Buick GMC of Highland. Home of the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com. 971 the ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
If there's any Michigan State people out there that are abusing some of my players on that frickin' Twitter, I'm sick of it. Okay? I'm sick of dealing with what I gotta deal with and that. So if they are Michigan State fans, I'd be more than happy to buy their tickets, and I mean that. I mean that.
I want to get to what Izzo had to say there in a second. I don't think he likes Twitter. It's just what I've gathered over the years.
No, that's frickin' Twitter.
We'll get to that in a moment. Meanwhile, Founders in Detroit is great. Went there a few times last summer. Busy, great beer and food. I will go again. That's from an unnamed texter. From another unnamed texter. Can I spend money at Founders on beer and claim it as a tax deduction for a charitable donation? I doubt it. That sounds too good to be true. But maybe some CPA out there could let us know. Does that make sense? If they're giving all their profits, right? That's too good to be true.
I'm not an alcoholic. I just love giving to charity.
Yeah. Screw Founders haven't had a single one of their beers since the last deposition came out. That's from an unnamed texter. Founders Backwoods Bastard is the best beer ever made. That's from Larry in Brooklyn. Doesn't bother me at all. I like going before, and I'll keep going back. Can you write that off as a tax? You can't. There's no way you can you?
No way you can what?
You can write off your Founders beer purchase as a tax deduction John McConigal.
Okay, I've got another one from a different writer.
Okay. He tweets, back in October, when addressing the Rutgers speculation, Pat Narduzzi said he was staying at Pitt, and it was, quote, real simple. Asked if MSU's situation was also real simple. Quote, this was not simple because you've been there before. Sometimes you get torn, but there's no looking back. Did Michigan State contact you? Narduzzi. Next question. I'll just say my phone was blowing up last night. Then he tweets, in quotes, rumors, squash them. I'm here at Pitt, and that's where I want to be. So I'm presuming he's having a signing day press conference, and these are quotes?
Yes, I'm reading from Jerry DePaula, who is covers Pitt football and hoops. And he says, Mark D'Antonio, that's my coach. He always will be. My text to him was, you shocked the world today. Says, it's my ultimate goal to be here at Pitt. Narduzzi on his name coming up in speculation. Says, flattering? It's a pain in the tail. Says he wants to win a championship here. Declined to answer directly if he had heard from Sparty, but he paused and said, my phone was blowing up. Not clear if that was an MSU official blowing up his phone or not. And then he said, you can't have a coach with 1 foot in, which I think is in reference to D'Antonio having the 50-50 thing.
Here's more from John McConigal. So obviously Narduzzi speaking right now. Rumors are rumors. I can't address what's going on up there. It's fresh. They have decisions to make. It's my ultimate goal to be here at Pitt. Take all that for what it's worth. We know how this is for coaches. I always felt like there should be a hiring and firing season along with this, like a signing day period. So the coaches...
Everybody understands?
Yeah, you've got this 1 week where you can fire a coach and hire a coach, which of course is unrealistic.
Yeah.
But I always feel bad for a coach. If you're Narduzzi, and yeah, you'd be interested, but you just signed a recruiting class, and you don't want Michigan State to think you're not interested, but you don't want your recruiting class to think that you're leaving, and, your next recruit, so what do you say? What do you say? You can go the Nick Saban route and say, I'm not taking the job, period, and then you go take the Dolphins job. Or you can be vague as hell without not saying no. So I think it's kind of a tough situation, but it's my ultimate goal to be here at Pitt. You can say that and still kind of leave without saying, I didn't promise I'd stay at Pitt. I'm here at Pitt, and that's where I want to be. I want to be here. That quote, I'm here at Pitt, and that's where I want to be, is kind of because that's my current job.
Right.
So there's words out of Narduzzi's mouth. We wait to hear something out of Fickle. And I haven't been able to figure out this. Cincinnati have late signees, because if they do, then he might be having scheduled.
Yes, there are. Last I checked earlier, a couple hours ago, I think there were still 4 players that had verbal but had not signed.
Okay, so does that mean that he has to hold a press conference today?
Sure.
All right. Let's get to what Izzo had to say. Kang, you played the soundbite coming out of the break. Let's play it again. This is last night post-game after the Penn State game.
If there's any Michigan State people out there that are abusing some of my players on that frickin' Twitter, I'm sick of it. Okay? I'm sick of dealing with what I gotta deal with and that. So if they are Michigan State fans, I'd be more than happy to buy their tickets. And I mean that.
Okay. Now, Peter, I'm going to presume, and
It's kind of Liam Neeson-esque there, isn't it?
It's got a certain set of skills.
Yeah. It's kind of what it sounded like. My skills are I have a lot of money, and I will buy your tickets from you.
Do you think...
If there's any Michigan State people out there that are abusing some of my players on that frickin' Twitter, I'm sick of it. Okay? I'm sick of dealing with what I gotta deal with and that. So if they are Michigan State fans, I'd be more than happy to buy their tickets. And I mean that.
Good luck.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
I thought Izzo took it too far there. At the end, I thought he took it a little too far.
Got a little too far.
That is an NCAA violation.
Yeah, that might be.
Buy my tickets, but the rest, I mean, come on, man.
can get out of control. Ticket tax can get out of control. You know, the social media is something that if I were a player, I thought, didn't they say goodbye social media? Didn't that happen at the beginning of the season? Or was that last season?
Well, the players may not be on it as much, but he's talking about the fans that are on it. And obviously they have people that monitor things like that. And if somebody's going to be saying something disparaging about one of his players, and he's got to defend him.
This is Xavier Tillman, right? For all the missed layups against Wisconsin, most likely.
I would imagine that that's part of it. I sure hope that nobody was saying anything like Cassius Winston for missing the free throw last night.
Well, if it did happen, I mean, Izzo was speaking last night moments after the game, so it would have to be in the locker room, check the phone, see the tweets at him. And for people who missed it, Michigan State was down 3 with, 16 seconds to go, and Cassius takes an inbounds pass, flies up the floor, down 3, inside the arc, to the rack, makes a layup and gets fouled.
With 11 seconds to go.
Which is an unbelievable play when you're down 3 to get to the basket, get fouled, and, oh, by the way, make the shot. And he's a 88% free throw shooter, whatever it is.
90%. Izzo said, or somebody said 90%. That was Izzo.
And he missed the free throw. It wouldn't be that quick, most likely, would it?
I have a hard time believing that anybody would say anything about Cassius, but I would imagine that there were probably quite a few people that would have said some things about Xavier Tillman. Well, it's a game. It's one game. You know, we went through this a year ago, and Michigan State lost 3 in a row.
I remember saying at the time, you get to points in a college basketball season, unless you're like making a run at undefeated or you're 28-2, where you feel like your team's never going to win again. You get into slumps and you're like, they're never going to win again. They're never going to win again. In Michigan's case, they're never going to win at home again, right? These are the things that you go through in the course of a basketball season where you're just like, we're doomed.
Yeah, so for Michigan State, they went through that stretch last year. I think it was 3 in a row, and everybody's like, oh, here we go. They're not going to do anything this year. And Michigan State's now lost back-to-back games against Wisconsin on the road and home against Penn State. They've lost 3 of their last 5 games when you go back to the an Indiana game.
Forget it.
And 4 of their last 7 games, and you take it to the Purdue game. That's not a good stretch to go 3-4 when you're Michigan State, and you expect to be better. But before I decided to get all pissed off about the game last night, I did put it in perspective and thought about what happened last year, and all they did was rally around that, win seemingly every game after that, make a run to the Final Four, knocking off Duke to get there. Let it play out.
Yeah, mid-season angst in college basketball is often, overreaction theater. Here's something that needs to be acknowledged. Penn State's pretty damn good, and they played really well last night.
Yeah.
I know nobody cares. Pat Chambers is one of my favorite guys in the Big Ten. Their head coach is a really, really cool guy. He's an amazing story. I mean, he once got stabbed. What? You didn't know? I've never told you this on the air?
No.
I think the story goes, I better get this. I, honest to God, think he was young, and he went on a double date, and him and the guy on the double date got into a fight, and a wine bottle got broken. The guy stabbed him.
What?
And while he was in the hospital, he's like, I'm turning my life around. I want to be a coach.
This is an amazing story.
Yeah, you didn't know this?
No, I didn't know this. Kane, did you know this?
No. I thought I've told this on the air. Maybe I got some facts wrong, but let me find out what it is exactly. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And his team's playing really well. He's easy to root for. Crazy stabbing story. Here we go.
Did you Google crazy stabbing?
No, and Pat Chambers stabbed, and the story came out. Crazy stabbing story.
Florida, man.
2002, Chambers working in sales and administration for his family's printing business while doing well financially. He coached high school basketball on the side. He was a single man out in the town one autumn night when he ran into a woman he knew from high school and 2 of her friends. A married couple. Soon afterward, the husband attacked Chambers, stabbing him twice in the neck with a broken wine glass. What? Chambers said he believes the man was either drunk or high or both and suspected Chambers was hitting on his wife. That's when I said, that's it, I'm done. I was close to death, so I'm
stabbed by a broken wine glass in the neck. That's attempted murder.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, okay, hey, I root for that guy.
Just taking music for that story?
Gotta do.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
97 won the ticket.
Sometimes I buy things just because they're on sale. Yesterday I came home with a quesadilla maker, so I love saving on something I actually need. Uncle Ed's Oil Shop is my trusted choice for oil changes because they guarantee perfection. And talk about convenience. My digital coupons and rewards are waiting for me at the store, so I always have the best deals. No paper coupon is needed. They help me save a ton for things much more useful than a quesadilla maker. Uncle Ed's Oil Shop, trusted since 1981.
Life can get a little crazy. Whether I'm running to the office or scrambling to meet friends later, I could always use a little more time. That's why I trust Uncle Ed's Oil Shop. With 29 convenient locations, I can just stop in whenever I'm passing by. Their friendly, professional team works fast, while I relax in the comfort of my car. And talk about convenience. My digital coupons and rewards are waiting for me at the store, so I always have the best deals. No paper coupon is needed. Uncle Ed's Oil Shop. Trusted since 1981.
At Quicken Loans, our 17,000 team members know that home is so much more than a house. That's because our clients tell us all the time. Hey, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, and we want to help you save money on your mortgage with some of the lowest refinancing rates ever. Rates are historically low. You may be able to reduce your rate and save money on your monthly mortgage payment right now. Pay off some credit card debt or put some money towards that new bathroom or kitchen you've always wanted. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%. APR 4.23%. That's right, 3.99%. While we can't predict what will happen in the future, we do know that rates have dropped and now is the time to save money on your mortgage. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn how refinancing now may be the right mortgage solution for you. That's 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rates subject to change. Pay 2% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
At Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, we believe success favors the well-groomed. That's why we recommend a precision haircut, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Find the location near you at LadyJanes.com. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Tonight, starting at 6, 97.1 The Ticket's Bogey and Wojo broadcast live from Little Caesars Arena before the Pistons take on the Phoenix Suns. Brought to you by Michigan Lottery's $500,000 Lucky Sevens $5 instant game. A little play can make your day.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Pupura of National Benefit Plan. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
The Tigers, Red Wings, and Pistons all play here. 97.1 The Ticket.
Apparently, the motivation, Pat Chambers keeps the bag of bloody clothes and shoes in a cabinet in his home office. Just as a reminder.
Keeps the placenta and umbilical cord of his firstborn. Well, weird, right?
He was able to get that from the evidence room?
Apparently. From the night he was stabbed.
My favorite shirt.
He's now the head coach at Penn State. And his team played really well last night, East Lansing. Michigan did not play well. Played horribly. They did not deserve to win that game against Ohio State.
Had a chance.
They had a chance, but they...
Had open luck at the end.
I gotta tell you, all that loss does is exacerbate a game that they should have won. Like the pain of a game they should have won. They should have beat Illinois. They missed their last 7 free throws. I believe the last 6 in the last 3 minutes. It was the last 5, but one of them was the front end of the 1-on-1, where they just missed all their free throws late. They played well enough to win, should have won. That was a big-time quad 1 win, and they blew it. And then when you blow a game like last night, it just goes back to me to they should have won the Illinois game, and that makes that hurt even more. NET ranking still decent. Last night, good God, Billis. He was somewhat infatuated with the officiating in that game. But anyway, they did not play well, and they didn't deserve to win. And Juwan is, I think people are used to D-line teams getting better and better at his ability to out-exit anybody and have great success in the Big Ten. But the fact is, Juwan is not going to be that, at least now. And I think it's frustrating some fans. But, I mean, you got to figure, give the man a chance to get his own recruiting classes in there. His best player arguably is out, so not really surprised that there are some struggles coming in year one under Juwan Howard. Gator, NBA trade deadline's tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The latest stuff, well, in the NBA, Clint Capella goes to Atlanta, so the Drummond stuff there is done. There's still discussion of Drummond going to the LA Clippers. Could Luke Kennard get shipped to Phoenix for some matching contracts and a first-round pick? Could Derrick Rose be shipped out? I feel like the best return they get is on Derrick Rose. And they should try and trade and be able to trade Derrick Rose. We've got 26 hours roughly, 25 and a half hours from now for them to get a deal done. I'm increasingly skeptical that anything significant was going to be done. Kang, you made a brilliant prediction earlier. Yeah, the Pistons are going to make a trade. They're going to trade Langston Galloway for a second
I
round
don't know if
pick.
it's brilliant, but it's going to be underwhelming is what I think is going to happen. And unfortunately, the top three guys that we think could get moved and could get the best in return in Andre Drummond, Derrick Rose, and Luke Kennard, I think by the end of tomorrow, after 3 o'clock, they'll still be Pistons. And if there is movement, it's going to be like Langston Galloway, kind of like Reggie Bullock the other year when some team needs a shooter. He's on the last year of his contract, something for the stretch run. But other than that, I don't see anything happening with the Pistons.
I can understand them not trading Luke Kennard if you think that he's a part of the nucleus for the future to build around. I get that. But if the rumors are accurate, and they're taking on Phoenix tonight, and this is one of the teams that's rumored, right, that they would give up a first-round pick and a couple of players, you got to strongly consider that if the report is accurate. But I do think something significant will happen by the deadline tomorrow. I think one of those three players is going to get traded. Now, will Langston Galloway get traded too? I can see that happen. Markieff Morris, can that happen? Sure. They've got other players that are intriguing to other teams that are certainly lesser value. But of those big three players there, Rose, Drummond, and Kennard, I put it in that order of importance of how I want them traded. I love Derrick Rose, but he's a tradable commodity. You're going to get something good for him. I think they should make that trade. It does that purpose, and as what I pointed out earlier in the show, it makes this team appreciably worse the rest of the way so they can ensure a higher draft position.
Do you think that it'd be wise to trade Andre Drummond to a team for a first-round pick next year or even the year after? Because what you're kind of doing is a team's trying to win a championship. So they got to figure they're giving up a low first-round pick. But Drummond could be a free agent. He could void a contract, get on the open market, and they could lose Andre Drummond. So if you get a 2021 first-round pick, that team that trades for him might not have him helping them win. So that team could come back to the pack a little bit. Like, if they're trying to be as realistic as possible, I don't think it's unrealistic to hope to get a first-round pick for Derrick Rose. And if you move Derrick Rose for a first-round pick in this draft and have 2 first-round picks in this draft, and you move Andre Drummond for a first-round pick in next year's draft, and you have 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, you got some draft capital. Move around a little bit on draft day to get the guy you want, or just be loading up on first-round picks and more kicks at the can. Look, the Kennard thing has come out of nowhere, but it's basically he's made expendable by the emergence of Sphema Highland, right? Who can play that role much cheaper and has made Kennard kind of expendable. And I personally would be shocked if a team would give him a first-round pick for an injured player. But maybe they will. Maybe they will.
Yeah, look, would I take a first-round pick for 2021 or 2022 for Andre? I'll take anything for Andre if you can get it.
Second-round pick? That's anything.
Yeah, probably would. Because I think it's important, again, to move him so that this team gets appreciably worse and you get the best draft position possible. if he's not going to sign anyway, and I don't think we want him to sign. We want him to opt out, right?
Yes.
I like Andre Drummond as a player probably more than most. I think he does have value, but I think his value is better suited for a team that's ready to win now because this team is not ready to win. I think they're years away from getting there, and I just don't see it happening. I don't think it'll go well if he stays in Detroit.
Well, he is the player option you guys mentioned. I have this weird feeling that there's a better chance that people think that he actually picks up his option because he doesn't get what he wants in the open market, but the free agent market for this upcoming year is weak, and that's what Andre's banking on. That's why he thinks he can make more money, which means he would opt out, which we all think, and he's pretty much said that he would probably opt out just to see where he's at. That's why when you say like a second rounder for Andre, I don't want to lose the guy for nothing. The least with Derrick Rose, if you can't find a taker for him, at least you still get him next year. Maybe you can move him again next year.
Isn't taking a second rounder for Andre exactly that? Avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's exactly that. It's because it's not a great year for free agency. He's likely to opt out, and get a big money contract. They'll get nothing for him. What was it with? This happened with Charlotte, and they got nothing for him.
Kemba Walker.
Thank you. They hung on to Kemba Walker, and they got nothing for him. And now, in Andre's case, do they try and learn from that and say, because you know what, they're going to get calls with somebody lowballing them. For sure, they'll get calls with somebody with a lowball off.
Well, maybe the Clippers take it back a little bit because they know, because with the Clippers, they're obviously looking to win the championship this year. So they don't need to sign Andre to an extension. One of the reasons the Hawks deal fell through, allegedly, is that Andre was looking for too much money to sign an extension with the Hawks, and they didn't want to go there, so they went with Capella, who's got a few more years left on his contract at a more reasonable price than Andre would ask for. I remember last year at this point, we thought we were thinking about maybe Reggie Jackson could get you something because he's on his last year of his deal, and obviously he's been hurt for basically the entire year, and now he's come back, and the only team that would take him probably is a team that just wants to unload salary. But like I said, I just feel like disappointment's going to happen at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and we're going to be stuck with those top 3 targets still on the Pistons.
What I don't expect is to be fired up. I think you're right. We're either going to have a deal where we're going to, but they almost feel like they're cornered, and the only way to get out of the corner is to cave. 248